We often find ourselves searching for meaning, seeking to understand the twists and turns of our personal journeys. Among the many tools we've developed to aid in this quest for self-discovery, the tarot stands out as a particularly effective method. Far from being just a fortune-telling device, tarot cards offer a unique window into our inner world, serving as a mirror for our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Welcome to Journey Beyond. In this video, we will explore how to use tarot to make sense of your everyday life and predict your future. This idea of tarot as a tool for self-exploration aligns beautifully with the theories of Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst. Jung's work on the human psyche provides a fascinating framework for understanding why tarot can be so effective in helping us navigate our lives. Central to Jung's theories is the concept of the collective unconscious, a part of our psyche that contains shared human experiences and archetypes. These archetypes are universal patterns and images that repeat throughout history and across cultures. Interestingly, the major arcana of the tarot deck, the 22 cards that represent major life themes and experiences, can be seen as visual representations of these Jungian archetypes. For example, the Fool card, often depicted as a young person stepping off a cliff, embodies the archetype of the innocent adventurer, ready to embark on a new journey. The Hermit, portrayed as a solitary figure holding a lantern, represents the wise old man archetype, symbolizing introspection and inner guidance. When we draw these cards in a reading, we're not predicting future events. Instead, we're opening a portal to the world of the archetypes. We dive into these universal human experiences and explore how they might relate to our current situation. This process can bring subconscious thoughts and feelings to the surface, allowing us to examine them in a new light. It's a form of what Jung called active imagination, a method of engaging with the unconscious mind through imagery and symbolism. The 78 cards of the tarot deck, with their rich symbolism and archetypal representations, offer an astounding array of possible combinations. In fact, the number of unique configurations in a tarot spread is virtually infinite, mirroring the boundless variety of human experiences. This vast potential speaks to the tarot's ability to address any situation we might encounter in life. Just as Jung's archetypes represent fundamental patterns of human experience that manifest in countless specific ways, each tarot card embodies a core concept that can be applied to myriad situations. The Fool's journey through the major arcana, for instance, can be seen as a template for any transformative life experience, from starting a new career to embarking on a spiritual quest. Meanwhile, the suits of the minor arcana, cups, pentacles, swords, and wands, correspond to emotional, material, mental, and spiritual aspects of life respectively, covering the full spectrum of human concerns. When we consider the countless ways these archetypal elements can combine and interact, we begin to understand how tarot can offer insight into any conceivable life event or internal state. It's not that the cards predict every possible future, but rather that they provide a symbolic language flexible enough to describe and illuminate any aspect of the human condition. Another key concept from Jung that relates to tarot is the idea of synchronicity. Jung defined synchronicity as meaningful coincidences that occur with no causal relationship, yet seem to be meaningfully related. In the context of tarot, synchronicity manifests in the way that the cards drawn often seem to perfectly reflect the querent situation or state of mind, despite being shuffled and drawn randomly. This phenomenon speaks to Jung's view of the universe as an interconnected whole, where psyche and matter are not separate realms, but different expressions of a unified reality. When we shuffle and draw tarot cards while focusing on a particular question or situation, we're opening ourselves to the possibility of these meaningful connections. The cards that appear aren't causally linked to our question, yet they often provide profound insights and reflections of our circumstances. It's important to note that this doesn't mean the cards are magically predicting our future or revealing hidden truths. Rather, they're providing a framework for us to explore our own thoughts, feelings, and intuitions about a situation. The synchronicity we experience in a tarot reading comes from our mind's ability to find patterns and make connections, even in seemingly random arrangements of symbols. Let's explore how this works in practice. Imagine you're feeling stuck in your career and decide to do a tarot reading for insight. You shuffle the deck, focus on your situation, and draw the Tower card. The Tower, which often depicts a tower being struck by lightning with figures falling from it, represents sudden change, upheaval, and the destruction of old structures. At first glance, this might seem alarming, but viewed through a Jungian lens, this card isn't predicting disaster. Instead, it's inviting you to consider where in your professional life you might need to let go of old patterns or beliefs that no longer serve you. Perhaps there's a part of your job that you've outgrown, or a long-held assumption about your career path that's holding you back. The Tower card is prompting you to examine these areas and consider whether a shake-up might lead to positive growth. Moving to the minor arcana, these 56 cards often relate to more everyday experiences and emotions. For example, the Ten of Cups typically shows a happy family scene, representing emotional fulfillment and harmony. If this card appears in a reading about your career concerns, it might prompt you to consider how your professional life impacts your personal relationships and overall sense of well-being. Are you seeking a change because your current job doesn't allow enough time for family? Or perhaps it's suggesting that you already have a strong emotional foundation that can support you through a career transition. For example, the Two of Cups, which depicts two figures exchanging cups in a gesture of partnership and alchemical fusion, symbolizes harmony, connection, and collaboration. In the context of a career reading, this card might appear if you're finding synergy with a colleague or partner, or if you're in a position where cooperation is key to success. The card encourages you to consider the importance of relationships in your professional life, whether it's building new alliances or strengthening existing ones. It suggests that by fostering mutual understanding and teamwork, you can create a more balanced and fulfilling work environment. The beauty of tarot is that these interpretations aren't set in stone. The meaning of each card can shift depending on its position in the spread, the question being asked, and the intuition of both the reader and the querent. This flexibility allows for a deeply personal and nuanced exploration of any situation. It's crucial to understand that engaging with tarot in this way isn't about passively accepting a predetermined fate. Instead, it's an active process of self-reflection and meaning-making. When we interpret the cards, we're essentially engaging in a form of storytelling, weaving together the symbolic elements of the cards with our own experiences and insights to create a narrative that helps us make sense of our situation. This narrative-building aspect of tarot aligns with another important concept in Jungian psychology, the idea of individuation. Individuation is the process of becoming aware of oneself as a unique individual, including both conscious and unconscious aspects. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Tarot can be a powerful tool in this process, helping us to recognize patterns in our lives, confront our shadows, the parts of ourselves we typically repress or deny, and integrate different aspects of our personality. For example, the Lover's card in the major arcana is often associated with romantic relationships, but from a Jungian perspective, it can represent the integration of opposing forces within ourselves, the masculine and feminine, the conscious and unconscious. When this card appears in a reading, it might prompt us to reflect on the dualities in our life and how we're working to integrate them. This could lead to insights about internal conflicts or the need to balance different aspects of our lives. It's worth noting that the effectiveness of tarot doesn't depend on a belief in supernatural forces or divination. From a psychological perspective, tarot works because it taps into universal human experiences and archetypes, providing a framework for self-reflection and insight. Whether one views the cards as a channel for divine guidance or simply as a tool for psychological exploration, the potential for deepening self-understanding remains the same. Moreover, the very act of engaging with tarot can be transformative. By regularly reflecting on our experiences through the lens of these archetypal symbols, we can develop greater psychological awareness and emotional intelligence. We become more attuned to the patterns and cycles in our lives, more conscious of our inner conflicts and desires, and more empowered to shape our path forward. As we become more familiar with the cards and their meanings, we may find ourselves spontaneously applying their symbolism to situations in our daily lives, even without conducting a formal reading. This can lead to a more symbolic and nuanced understanding of our experiences, enriching our inner life and enhancing our capacity for self-reflection. It's important to approach tarot with an open and curious mindset. The goal isn't to use the cards to make decisions for us or to predict an unchangeable future. Instead, tarot offers a way to explore possibilities, to consider different perspectives, and tap into our own inner wisdom. The insights gained from a reading should be seen as starting points for further reflection and action, not as final answers. In conclusion, tarot offers far more than predictions about the future. It provides a rich, symbolic language for exploring the depths of our psyche and the patterns of our lives. Through the principles of introspection and synchronicity, and viewed through a Jungian lens, tarot becomes a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal growth. As we engage with these cards, we're not merely telling the story of our lives. We're actively participating in its unfolding. We're developing a deeper understanding of ourselves, our motivations, and our place in the world. In doing so, we become more conscious creators of our own narrative, more attuned to the wisdom of our unconscious mind, and more aligned with the deeper currents of meaning that run through our existence. Thank you for watching this video. Leave us a like if you found this video valuable. If you like this type of content and have a desire to learn more about Jungian psychology, tarot, and individuation, please subscribe to Journey Beyond.